Hello everyone, it's me again, Lavanya, with the next song in Unmai vilakkam. We are going to discuss about the 10th verse. மண் kadinamai tharikkum, vaari kulirnthey padam ஆகும். kanal suttu ondruvikkum, ovaamal vankaal paranthu salithu thirattum. paarkkil agaayam nirandharamai nirkum nirainthu. In this particular song, the Guru is explaining the characteristics or attributes of the 5 elements. The Panchabhutas, what are the characteristics of the Panchabhutas is discussed in this particular song. So here he says, when you talk about earth, what is the characteristic of earth? If you look at it, buildings are raised on this earth. What does it mean? The earth is solid and it is ready to hold on to a any kind of heavy object. That is what they say, kadinamai thangum, which means it is able to withhold heavy objects. You can see around the buildings around us for today. If you look at some of the countries, you have even 400 stories of building. How is all these possible? Only because of earth. Earth is ready to hold on, withhold that kind of a, it has that kind of a strength. The next one is water. What is the objective of water? Kulirnthey pathamaam. The objective of water is to make the environment a little bit cooler. That's why when you talk about air coolers, you pour water into it. Why do we bathe? We are not bathing to make it clean. That is something we need to understand. We take bath only to make our body temperature or reduce our body temperature. It is not to clean. If you say you are going to take a bath because you are going to be clean, trust me, you will never be out of water, because the next second you come out of water, your skin starts shedding out. So there is nothing like dirt that is coming in, but the main objective of taking bath is to cool ourselves. Now, that is the objective of water. Water's characteristic is all towards anything that it is in, it will try to reduce the temperature. Now you may ask, isn't there we have hot water? Yes, we do have hot water, but that is not the natural characteristic. When you add fire element to it, it becomes warm. So you are adding another element to change the attribute. Attribute is the actual when there is nothing done to it, whatever characteristic it's going to emit, or the default characteristic. The next one is fire. Fire's objective or characteristic is amalgamation. For example, when you talk about cooking, we have dal separately, we have rice separately, we have vegetables separately, but you need fire to amalgamate. So when you want to infuse few things, even if you are talking about infusing 2 pieces of metal, it can be gold, it can be iron, it doesn't matter, you need fire over there. So whenever you are talking about fusion, infusing certain things, we need a fire element. The next one is air. When you talk about air, if you look at storm, for example, because in India storm is quite common, when you look at storm, it just takes away all the whatever it sees. It can be dust, it can be useful items, non-useful items, all the things that it sees, it will just take it, spread it across, and at the same time it is able to make it into one single pile also. Either it will pile up or it will distort. So this is the characteristic of air. The next one is Akash. When you talk about space, Akash, it is always going to be ever permanent place. It is there forever. That is, these are the default characteristics that we are looking at. Just to repeat, when you talk about the 5 elements, which is earth, water, fire, air and space, it has its own characteristics. When you talk about the earth formation, earth, it actually upholds, it withholds the strong building. When you talk about water, it is there to cool the temperature. When you talk about fire, it is there for amalgamation purposes. The main characteristics is amalgamation. air is for either piling up or distorting, and we are talking about akash, which is space, which is going to be there in every single place. Even when I am sitting over here, space is around me, I am actually occupying some of the space. So that is what, that's why we say, oh, I don't have any space in my house, which means I have so much of items in my house. So this is the simplest way to look at it. It's a very simple song, but it's a very, very scientific song that we are talking about. So the 10th song talks about what are the characteristics of the Panchabhuta. Again, I'll come back to you with the next song. Until then, bye-bye. Tiruchitrambalam.